Tripped on a weight. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start with our warm-up. And Steph, some of this will look familiar to you because you've done it before. It's just been a little while. So we're gonna start on our back with our weight on our heels and our toes up. And we're just gonna curl up, lift the hips, and do 10 glute bridges. When we bridge, we want to think about tilting the tailbone towards the ribs, really squeezing the back part of the body. So give your booty cheeks a nice little squeeze. And we don't want to bridge so high that our upper back and shoulders come off the mat. You want to be able to look up and see the top of your thighs. So we're going to do 10 of those. Nice, good, light chance to warm up the middle part of the body if you've been sitting all day. That's a good way to kind of get some blood going. From there, we flip over onto hands and knees, all fours. And we'll go into our cat-cow. So in our cat-cow, we're going to round up through the belly, tuck the chin, draw everything in towards the center, and then drop the belly down, lift the head, neck, and chest. And we have 5 here. Just rolling through that. Again, getting everything loose. If you're joining us on a replay, lightweight dumbbells and a mini band, unless you're doing heavier swings. If you've been doing strength 3 for a while, you could go with a little heavier dumbbells or a kettlebell if you have one. But you shouldn't need much more than that for today. From there, we come down onto our forearms and we take one hand behind the ear, rotate the shoulders. So we're taking the elbow to the ceiling, but we're going to turn that whole torso. And we have 8 of these on each side. So we just want to make sure that we're not just moving the arm. We're actually rotating the shoulders, opening up the upper back. So we have 8 here, 2, and 1, and of course the other side. Today I'm going to show you lots of options. I'm going to give you levels. I usually say level 1, 2, or 3. Level 1 being beginner, more less impact, for example, if it's a high impact or a beginner level. 2 is usually in the middle, and level 3 would be your advanced high impact. You get to choose which one is going to be the best option for you. When you finish the T-spine, we come back to all fours. Draw the belly button into the spine, bird dog. So one arm and one leg extend and reach. And try to flatten that low back to the ceiling. Keep your rib cage pulled up and in. We've got 10 on each side here, which sounds like a lot because it is. So take your time. Make sure we get all the way through. I think sometimes we rush our bird dogs. Bird dogs should be very focused, very purposeful. We're extending, reaching. Stretch through the fingers, unless you're like me and I keep hitting the kitchen cabinets with my hand, because the kitchen cabinets are right there. But we're trying to stay centered. Push through the heel. Squeeze your butt. Find that nice core stability. Waking up the middle part of the body before we work it out. I'm coming up to 10, but I don't want you to rush. I want you to finish all 10, and then we'll stand up. And we're going arm circles. So we're going to circle the arms back. Nice big reach up and back. And we go 10 backwards and then 10 forwards. So stretching through the fingers, opening up the shoulders. It's funny how claustrophobic this feels, guys. Once we hit 10 backwards, we're going 10 coming forwards. Big stretch. Today's a strength 3 workout. And what that means, if you're not familiar with strength 3, is there are certain exercises we do every time we do a strength 3. So if you do it on a regular basis, you'll see a lot of the same stuff come up and around, and we'll progress them and make them harder over time. But then we always have some beneficial stuff thrown in that changes every week. We're going to go toe touch squat reaches. So feet are a little wider than hips, arms up. Round it down, you're going to find your toes, you can bend your knees, you can round your back. Tuck your butt, push your heels down, lift your chest. Right arm by the ear, left arm by the ear, we stand up. That's 1, we do 5. So go round and down. Tuck and lift, reach, reach and up. And of course, depth is just gonna be dependent on how tight you are. The most important thing is to keep the heels down. So we're just gonna keep pushing those heels down into the floor, not worrying so much about how low we squat, but just that we're trying to get to whatever end range of mobility we have. And when you hit that 5th one, we're going to go into gate openers. So up, open, and down. So the knee comes up in front, open it to the side, set it down. We have 10 of these on each side. And what we're trying to do here is just loosen the hips. So I want you to make sure that as we open, we don't turn the body. Just going to go out to the side a little bit. And then slow that leg with control. So up and out, slow on the way down. Today's got some good stuff today. We got some really good arm work, shoulders, upper back. always legs, because on strength 3, we always do some type of hinge. And we always do some type of single leg squat. And then we always do push-ups on strength 3. You got push-ups coming your way as well. And then at the end, we've got a little bit of core and a tiny bit of heart rate cardio, just a little bit. Just enough to get your heart rate up a little. So when we finish our 10 gate openers, we're going to go into our first set of 2 exercises. And we superset just like we're used to doing here with everything we do at the studio. So you have 3 options on your first exercise, which is a hinge power exercise. Level 1 is to work on basic flat back hinge. So Steph, this is what I would do today, is simply work on kind of repatterning that deadlift position where we go shoulders back, chest out, hands down the legs, butt back, nice flat back and up. So that's going to be level 1. Level 2, we're going to swing the arms up, come up on the toes, squeeze the butt, bring hips forward kind of forcefully, and try to tuck the ribs down. You can also add a hop to that to make it a little more challenging. If you've been doing swings, you can take a dumbbell in each hand and dumbbell swing. We are doing 10 today. So pick your level. I'm going to go over those again, but you can go ahead and get started if you're ready. You have 10 hinges. So we're either flat back, hinge it down, eyes to the floor, squeeze the ribs, squeeze the booty, tuck. You can add that reach, come up on the toes, try to find tension here. So squeeze, get it tight, reach up, pull the ribs in. Adding a hop to that makes it more challenging. Make sure you land and go right back into it. If you're swinging dumbbells, make sure that you keep your elbows bent. And we're really going to lock the ribs in the hips. Beautiful job. You guys look great. After we do our 10 hinges, we're doing 10 push-ups. Now, as always, and I'm going to see, I can see Steph is still going. Terry's ready. Tiff's frozen. So I'm going to wait just 1 second for Steph to catch up. So you can tell I was like rushing over here. I'm totally out of breath. Okay, so push-ups. You can, if you're lucky enough, as I am here, to have a kitchen countertop that you can use, you can do elevated. You can also do this on the wall. So if I'm at a wall, I could do 10 push-ups on the wall. Or you can come down, start in high plank, drop the knees, and do it this way. Just putting a little less weight in the knees. We have 10. So find whatever's going to work best for you. Terry, look at you, girl. Ooh, beautiful. Terry's looking strong, making great progress on these push-ups over these last 4 months. Get it. Always in our push-ups. Exhale as you press away. Wider set of hands usually gives the shoulders more room. And we want to find that elbow position where we're just slightly flared and we're pressing, pulling the core in. Exhale. All right, grab some water. Catch your breath for a second. We're going to do 3 sets. So at this point, very much like we would in studio, when you're ready to start your next set, you can go ahead and start your next set. 10 hinges, 10 push-ups. If someone gets done early before we move on, I give you a little interval to do. But whenever you're ready, we're either coming back to flat back hinges, trying to make sure the eyes go down to the floor, whether we're swinging dumbbells, whether we're coming up on the toes, or we're staying with level 1. Shoulders back, eyes down, shoulders in line with hips. Beautiful. Terry looking great. Strong work. Yes. Awesome job. You guys got it. Looking really good. So shoulders back, chest out. We're going to push that tailbone back and then bend the knees. Give the back of the legs some room. At the top, ribs come in, butt squeezes tight. Good work. Everybody looks great. Awesome job. If you're going with dumbbells, you're kind of popping your hips and then make sure that you're super tight. So as that weight goes forward, we don't absorb it into the low back. Nice work. When we get to push-ups, arrow position. So elbows slightly flared. We're going to find a plank position. If I'm on the ground, then I'm going to lower my knees. If I'm on a wall or a piece of furniture or a countertop, I'm just going to come to it as if I was on the floor. Exhale, push. Make sure that the eyes are looking straight ahead, but we're not hanging the head down. So we want to think strong neck. So everything through the spine, nice and strong. Good, you guys. If you're going on your knees, you're just going to try to put as little weight in your knees as possible. Some folks are getting to the point where they can do 1 knee down. That's going to be your first step towards full push-ups. Will be 1 knee down and 1 knee up. Beautiful. Looking good, everybody. It is hot, friends. Whew. Hot in here. Oh, no wonder. All right. You got it. So once you finish with that set, you can go back into do your third set whenever you're ready. If you need to stop and get water, go for it. If you're ready to keep moving, go ahead and do that too. And then when we all catch up together, if we have to wait at all, I'll give you an interval. On those hinges, flat back, we can either tuck and squeeze, or we can go up on the toes and reach. You can add a hop here. Whatever we're doing, I want you to think about hips go back, hips come forward, ribs come down, we lock it in. If you're doing that jump, yeah, don't stop. Just go right straight back down into it. Make sure that the shoulders don't pass the hips as we go. Awesome. You guys look great. Really nice. Breathe. So we want to think. Exhale. As I bring my hips forward. Catch your breath before you hit push-ups so that when you go into your push-ups, you can breathe out forcefully. Exhale and breathe. Good work. Awesome job. You guys have 10 push-ups to finish. Last set of push-ups. Whether you're on the ground or not, think plank. Nice, tight, flat core. So if I go for my knees, I'm going to see if I can put a tiny bit of weight in my knees. I might need to put a little bit more weight in my knees. It's okay. Just keep your core tight. If you get done and you really want something to do, you can do 20 jumping jacks. Low impact, high. So whether you're on the replay or live, if you're done and you want to do something, otherwise just rest. Grab some water. Nice, Terry, you got it. Big exhale, push. Yes, awesome job. Hey, buddy, you want to work out? Yeah. Okay, so get some water. Get it, Terry. Yeah, you got it. Get some water, and then we'll go on to our second set of 2. While you guys are resting, I'm going to show you the modification for our single leg squat. So if you have knee issues, or for whatever reason we're just not comfortable with a single leg squat, we can do a single leg bridge where we're going to take both legs together, so knees together, feet together, curl the hips under and lift, keeping the knees in line the whole time. That is a modification for anyone who is not comfortable with single leg squats or if you have knee pain when you do them. I got a couple ladies who are not on live but might be on the replay who are expecting. Remember, for you guys, you're going to take your feet wider and sit back, or you're going to use a chair to sit to. Everybody else, feet together, knees together, legs together, shoulders back, pop up your left heel. Reach forward, lean forward, sit back as low as you can go. Comfortably press up through the right foot. So we go sit back and reach, stand up. 10 of those on each side. So sit back, reach forward, press up. And again, level here. If we're not doing the one on the floor, if we're going to do our standing, the level is simply depth. Less challenging to not go so low. More challenging, we're trying to get all the way down. Level advanced would be to get your hips below your knees. If you start to get your hips below your knees, you're going to start working that foot out in front of you. If you're not there yet, don't worry about it, but that's where we go next. So we got 10 of those on each side. Looking great, you guys. Exhale as you press up through your heel. Do make sure that you reach forward, you lean forward, you sit back. It's going to be more of an angle even than when you do a squat. It's going to feel a little bit more like a deadlift until you get about halfway, and then you can start dropping your butt below your knees when you get the mobility. If you're not there yet, it will come with time. Maybe we're here right now. Reach forward, lean forward, sit back, push through the heel of the foot that's down. Drive up through that. Try to use that foot as much as possible. Nice, good work, you guys. Looking strong. Woo! Awesome. Once you're done, you need a light set of weights. And I'm talking 3 to 5 pounds. Probably not, I don't know how much these are. They don't say how much weight, they just say pud. They were my mimis, so I don't know how much weight they are, but anyways, something light. I wouldn't necessarily go heavier than 5 pounds. I definitely wouldn't go heavier than 8. We're gonna do around the world. Really important on this one that we keep the tailbone tucked under and the butt tight, and then the weights come up and tap. So like making a circle, tap. My elbows are just a little bent. So we go whoop, and then down slow. You have 10 of those. So tuck the tailbone, get your butt squeezed tight, pull your ribs in, reach it up, slow on the way down. Up and tap, slow, control, lower. If you're at home and you're on a replay, you don't have weights, even like soup cans would work for this exercise. You really don't need much weight. If you start to find yourself real bent and really struggling to keep your arms mostly straight, you gotta go lighter on weights. And then you could even grab something around the house out of the cabinet if you needed to. But just remember, we wanna not have to through that low back. Ribs in and down, butt squeeze, reach, tap. 10 of those. Awesome, you guys look perfect. Really nice. He's here for moral support. Berkeley is cheering you on. So remember, if you're not comfortable with that single leg squat, or if it's starting to bother your knee, that you always have that option on your back of that single leg bridge to deload the knee. Otherwise, we're going back into single leg squats for 10 on each side. Feet together, knees together, pop the heel. Sit back, lean forward, press up, tuck the rib cage, squeeze your booty. We have 10 on each side. These are very much like regular squats in the sense that there's usually a point that your body wants to stop. Your body's like, right there's cool, that's fine. And that's not the point that we can get to. We can usually get a tiny bit further than that, because that's the point where your body's confident and comfortable that this is good, we've done this before. In order to be challenged, to get better, to start getting lower and lower each time, you gotta get just a little bit past that point. Making sure, of course, that it's okay for the knees, that it doesn't bother anything through the knees or the hips or the back, but try to challenge yourself just to find a tiny bit more depth. Reach forward, lean forward, press through that heel, tuck the ribs and hips. Awesome job, you guys are looking good. Breathe out as you come up. And then just like we did in our hinge, ribs and hips tuck in tight, squeeze them so close. Beautiful job. Awesome. It's so warm. When you finish your single legs for 10, you can take a breather, but whenever you're ready, we come back into that around the world. Ribs in and down, squeeze your butt. Nice big wide circle with the arms, slight bend at the elbow. And just be sure, if you feel any urge to like kind of lean into this, pull your rib cage in the opposite direction. Even if you feel like you're almost a little hunched forward, you'll be fine. You're probably pretty neutral at that point. And then since we're coming up by the ears, we don't want to be too far back behind our head. Coming up by the ears. For 10. Good work. Everybody looks awesome. Maybe some water if you need it. Remember that floor option, that single leg bridge, is always a choice. If that bothers your back, you can do a 2-footed bridge as well, like we did in our warm-up. Otherwise, got our last set. Single leg squat, feet together, knees together, pop up one heel, reach forward, sit back, press up, tuck, squeeze, shoulders back and down, chest out, up, squeeze. So we have 10, last set. On your last set, this is always your opportunity to push yourself just a tiny bit, to see if we can work just a little bit harder. Can we get just a tiny bit lower? Always listen to your knees. Single leg squats are pretty good in the fact that they keep the weight back. In fact, you can pop up the toes on the leg that you're working to keep the weight out of the knee. So make sure it's all right with the knee. But if you can gather a tiny bit more depth, go for it. Sit just a little bit lower. And then your goal every week is to simply get that centimeter lower. And over time, that adds up really big. Awesome job. You guys looking good. Finishing that last set strong. Use your breath. Exhale as you press up through that foot that's on the ground. Inhale, lower. Eyes are going to follow, so we keep that nice straight spine. So if you're looking straight ahead, drop your gaze down towards the floor. Not all the way to the floor, but towards the floor. Nice job, everybody. Strong work. Woo. Looking great. Not too much more leg work today. We actually have more, well, we got a little bit. We should have more core work maybe today, but I looked and then I was like, wait, we do have some more legs. We always work a lot of legs. I don't know if anybody got to do strength 2 this week. That was a good booty burner for sure. So we're gonna tuck the rib cage. Circle the arms, slow on the way down. Try to keep your neck relaxed. So sometimes if you look down and kind of tuck your chin, all that tension that we get in the back of the neck kind of releases out a little bit. Because for sure we're working traps, the back of the neck. We want the shoulders to do the pulling. And then the shoulders are resisting gravity on the way down. So one up, slow, lower. Whew. When you finish those, grab some water. Again, if you really want something to do, if you're on the replay and you're like, come on, you can fast forward or you can do 20 jumping jacks, your choice. I laughed, I saw Dana post in the group that she can pause or fast forward. I was like, what? You fast forwarding me? I talking too much? Yeah, sometimes. All right, next set, you have a choice of using either a mini band or a dumbbell. And how we're gonna decide this is going to basically be, is your dumbbell light enough? And if it's not, or you don't have dumbbells, go with a mini band. And if you're using a mini band, something probably yellow would be our best bet, maybe green, but your lightest band is good. I'm gonna do both arms at once. So if you have dumbbells, you're gonna face your palms to your body, you're gonna get nice and flat through your back, so you're gonna bend the knees, eyes down, just like our deadlift, and then we're gonna fly here. So we're just coming hinge and slow lower. If you have a mini band, you can stand up. So if you have back issues, you might prefer the mini band. You're gonna fly like here. So you're gonna take fingers to me, well, your fingers to you. Shoulders down, pull them apart. Yep. So it's not gonna be real big if you've got a mini band. And we have 10. Strong work. The ladies on live are looking good is what I'm trying to say. Upper back, back of the shoulder, slight bend at the elbow. We have 10. Awesome. Nice work. Tiffany looks good. Terry, that looks great too. And move these out of my way. Next exercise. Wait for Tiffany to get done. But we are going to be on the floor in a plank position. I know it's hot, buddy. Okay. We are going to be in plank position, and there's 2 ways that you can do this exercise. You can do it on your knees, or you can do it on your feet. So we come either to high plank or knee plank, and we're going to tap the opposite shoulder. And we're going to try not to rock from side to side. We're going to keep the hands close under the face, not real wide, because then I'm like off center. I want to be a tripod when I tap my shoulder. So I want my hands right under my face. You can shift the knees backwards, give your hands a little more weight to make it more challenging, or go up into full plank. If you have wrist issues, you can do this on your elbows if you need to. All right, 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, you go. So level 1 would be that full high plank. Tap the opposite shoulder. Keep your butt down. Try not to rock. Level 2, I'm going to set my knees down but not put hardly any weight in them. Level 3, I'm going to shift my weight more into my knees, so I'm going to sit back a little bit more. Halfway done, guys. And then, of course, you can always do forearms if your wrists really don't like high plank. Good work. Take your time. These aren't fast. They're slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Awesome job. We're coming back into that rear fly. Everybody who was on live looked really good. I'll emphasize it for the recording. Those of you using dumbbells, you got to get this real flat back position. If we're up here, we're not really keeping the low back very protected. If we kind of lay on the thighs, bend the knees, the low back can be really neutralized. If you're using your mini band, you can stand up, which is nicer on the back. You can tuck your tailbone. Then just focus on that pull through the shoulder blades. Squeeze and release. The mini band is not going to be big. Perfect. When I'm using my dumbbells, I also want to make sure that I don't go too far. I'm going to keep contraction through the shoulders, so my arms should stop right straight out. We don't want to pass the torso with the arms. Good, Terry. That looks perfect. Awesome job, you guys. When we finish that, we're going to meet back down in either high plank or knee plank with our shoulder taps. So, our shoulder taps. Remember that our goal is to not rock from side to side, so keep your hands pretty close together. Let's see here. We're ready. Okay, 3, Stephanie. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm like, oh, she's checking her email. No, she's texting me. That cracks me up. All right, keep your butt down. Tap those shoulders. You can drop your knees if you need to. Yep, I see that. That's what Berkeley does. Welly said, we're working out. Let me get on the mat. Take your space. You got it, guys. 10 seconds. Keep tapping those shoulders. Try not to rock from side to side. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody relax. Grab a drink of water before you do your last set. One of the things I loved so much throughout the time we were closed when we were doing lots of distance training was getting to see people's pets. Sometimes kids too. The kids would come in and they're looking like, what's happening? But the pets are the best because the pets just come in and take over. They just lay right in the way. Berkeley he got used to it, so he's over it. Last set of that rear fly, if we're going into dumbbells, we're gonna go nice flat back. Keep this really controlled. And then the band really forces you to, because it's hard to pull this band. So you definitely wanna make sure we're just using the upper back, the arms, shoulders down, butt tight, ribs in. Always thinking about that plank position through the body. Squeeze and release. Whew. You got it. We got 10 of those. Good work. Very nice. Everybody looking strong. And guess what? After this, we only have one more set of exercises, but our last exercises are a 3 set. So instead of 2, we will have 3 exercises in our last set. These workouts go by so fast. Hopefully they do for you guys as well. So we're coming back down into our knee plank or our high plank. Remember, if your wrists are starting to get mad, go ahead and do this on your forearms. That's totally fine. And we go. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to bring it up. Tap the opposite shoulder. Keep that hand kind of below your face so that we can keep a tripod position. Maybe step the feet apart. Good. We are 20 seconds to go. So if you need to drop your knees, just try to keep a lot of the weight in your hands and keep pulling up through your core. You got it. You guys are looking good. 10 seconds. You can still make this challenging even if you're on your knees by just really giving yourself that core contraction by pulling your rib cage towards your spine. 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right. Grab some water. We are going to be standing for this next series for basically all 3 exercises. And a lot of times we do this next exercise in half kneel, but I want to do it standing today. So I want to do it just a little differently. All right, perfect. So 3 exercises. We got a little legs, we got a little cardio, we got a little core. So if you have a mini band and no dumbbells, you'll put the mini band over your hands. If you have dumbbells, you're going to hold the dumbbell like this. And we're going to be in a standing tucked position. So we're going to tuck the butt, tuck the ribs. Normally we do like chops down this way. We're going to do kind of an across and down. So we're not coming up and down. We're coming down here. So I'm like sweeping it to my side. And there's just a tiny little bit of turn of that top shoulder, just a tiny bit. If I'm using a mini band, hands press apart, chop it. I love doing these with a mini band. You can do it with a dumbbell. We're doing 10 on each side. But if you want to try something different and really feel the resistance here, a mini band works great. So once we've done that, we're going the other way. So you guys might notice the difference here. For those of you guys who've done these with me before, we're just not getting quite as much shoulder. We're coming across and down. So I want you to really try to feel your core and not so much your shoulders. Now your triceps, that's happening for sure. So we got 10 of those on each side. From there, no equipment, we're going to go into a squat hold. So I'm going to wait for Tiffany to catch up. I'm like, Tiffany, did you color your hair? No, you're just standing in front of a light and it looks like blonde, like it's making you look like you have blonde, like big blonde hair. And it was just the light. She was like an angel. Okay, we're going to take our feet apart. We're going to go down into a squat and hold it for 30 seconds. So you get to decide how low you want to squat. The thing I want you guys to think about, it's really funny. I saw this week at the studio a lot. I give you a dumbbell and you do beautiful squats. I tell you to do something like this and we all like forget how to squat. So sit back, tuck your ribs so we're not hyperextended, lower down, here we go. So what I just want you to be thinking about is, am I tucked under? So I'm not arching through my low back, sitting back in my heels. And then we're gonna find whatever depth looks like. So shoulders back, chest out, try to find that nice straight spine. It's hard sometimes to think about straight spine or sit back without arching. So tuck your tailbone under, like pull with your pelvic bone underneath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, nice work. Next exercise, right foot forward, left foot back. We're gonna hinge kind of forward, like almost like a single leg deadlift. My knee is not gonna bend and straighten. My knee is gonna stay just like it is. This back leg is coming in and out. So I want you to imagine you're taking your back knee and like just making it meet your front knee. But we're not like shifting forward and back. We're not going down and up. We're just here. And then we're working the standing leg. Let's try it. Your arms can reach and pull. We have 3, 2, 1, you go. So reach and pull. So you want to be leaning forward, pushing back into your butt so that that leg that's on the ground is burning like crazy. Mine is. So you're feeling that burn, but that leg's just staying right where it is. So we're just going to pull, pull, pull. And you can level this by standing up straighter or leaning forward more. So the more you get down. 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. We're gonna switch sides. Other foot forward, other foot back. So less challenging would be to come up a little bit straighter, and we're just here. More challenging would be to get all the way down and lean way forward. 30 seconds, ready, and you go. So we're going in, out. So we're just taking that knee and making it meet the knee in front. Pushing that foot down into the ground. Breathe, drive it. I call these knee drivers. We're just driving that knee forward, but not into your chest. Just forward towards the other knee. You guys look perfect. 10 seconds. Looking good. We got it. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo! Catch your breath for a second. Quick drink of water. 2 rounds. We're done. You guys are doing awesome. Okay. We're going back into that chop. So we are tucked down. Tuck your butt. Remember, ugly butt. And then as we're chopping, we're resisting that weight so that we're not turning with it. So that the shoulder might turn and the core is not getting pulled along with the chop. So we have 10. So it's almost like you're like putting it in your pocket. And then we have 10 going the other way. And you can make that forceful as long as you can resist the force. If we're going too hard and we can't resist the force, we're losing the core. And then, like I said, if you have a mini band, try a set with a mini band. It really kind of accentuates the tension through the upper body. I think it really helps keep this even more controlled. 10 and 10, nice work. We are squatting. So if you have a wall nearby and your low back doesn't do super well with the squat hold, you could also do a wall sit for this. That would be totally fine. It supports your low back a lot better. Otherwise, find that position, shoulders back, tuck your tailbone, ready, here we go. Take it down and hold. If you're wall sitting, you're just gonna walk those feet out in front like you had a chair underneath you. Your back is straight up and down. This squat hold can be a little bit icky on the back. It just depends on where you're feeling today. No matter what, we're pushing down into our heels. We're pulling the shoulders back, trying to keep that spine nice and straight. We have 10 more seconds here. You gotta breathe. Breathing's important. Don't forget about that. Less than 10. Come on, you got it. Maybe sink a tiny bit lower these last 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. One of the things I miss most about the new studio setup is we can't do wall sits because not everybody has a wall in their pod. It's a bummer, but we can still do them at home. All right, knee drivers. Let's go right foot forward. So we're going to take that almost like you're about to split squat, but instead of doing a split squat, we're going to hinge by pushing the butt back and leaning forward. All right, knee coming in. Ready? We go. Drive it. Push down through the heel. Find this point that feels comfortable, but challenging. I don't mean comfortable, I mean that feels okay on your back and your knee, but feels challenging and a little uncomfortable in the leg, in the muscles. We got 15 seconds, that's halfway. Push, strong work. 10 seconds here, you got it. Woo. We're almost done. Looking great, you guys. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, we gotta go to the other side. I am telling you what, it's like our air conditioning isn't even on. Woo, sweating. All right, left foot forward, right foot back. I did one of these classes outside a couple of Saturdays ago, and it was really nice, but it was like, ugh, I was really sweating. Left foot forward, it wasn't as hot as it is now. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, let's drive it. So lean forward, push back. It was pouring down rain right before we started this, so that was definitely not gonna be an option today. But it's kind of nice when we see clients outside, like when you guys are working out outside. 15 always makes me feel like I'm kind of outside. You gotta stay strong, last 10 seconds, push. Reach, stay with this last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, rest. Oh yeah, okay guys, got one more set. Take some deep breaths. Get some water. What's that? I don't know. Okay. One more set. 10 chops, 30-second squat or wall sit. Drivers on each side, we're done. You can use a dumbbell or a mini band. Find your ugly butt. Scared butt. I started calling it scared butt. Because I don't like saying ugly. And it makes me think of the dog, like, you know, when your dog gets scared and runs, he tucks his butt. We call it scared butt. So tuck it, squeeze your rib cage, take those arms down, press the hands apart. Feel this in your core. We're trying to resist force and motion so that the low back does not absorb the force and the motion. So that's where the core comes in. We have 10 going the other way. So that just like if you were doing something around the house or in the yard and you're doing a motion like this, you don't end up putting it all into your low back. Raking leaves would be a great example, right? You ever have a sore back after you rake leaves? If when we rake leaves, we are using our core to resist that twisty motion, we won't have a sore back the next day. 10 on each. We got our 30-second squat, hold, or wall sit, your choice. I'm fully supportive of either. Wall sit's great too. All right, find that position, shoulders back, ready, here we go, weight and heels, sit it down. So whether you're against the wall or not, try to tuck your tailbone, try to keep your spine straight, and then lift your toes. So we're weighting back in the heels, push your knees out a little bit. So try to imagine like pushing through the outer edges of your feet. Kick your glutes on. We have 10 seconds. Breathe deeply, woo, so you know you can get through this. Inhale, exhale, 4, 3, 2, last one. Whew. 1 minute of work left. We got 30 seconds to knee dryers on each side. That's it. Then we stretch and we're out of here. Take a big deep breath in. Oh yeah. Right foot forward. Find that forward lean. Here we go. 3, 2, ready, let's hit. So knee comes in and out. The standing leg's not going anywhere. It's just staying right where it is. It's not moving. It's not going up and down. Your weight is staying right over that leg. And we're just moving the opposite knee because we're working the standing leg. You're halfway there. Come on, get it. Awesome job. Come on, go. 10. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Oh, shake that leg out. We got one more. Other side. Good job. Last 30 seconds. Let's stay focused. Let's get that leg burned out. Here we go. Lean forward, ready, and go. So we're going to reach pull. Don't cheat that. You know what? Everybody's on their left leg because everybody started with their right leg. Don't cheat left leg. I'm like, Terry actually might be on her right side. It's hard to tell. I don't know if anybody's backwards from what I'm looking at them, but sometimes you got to start on your left side. Don't leave it for last. 10 seconds, go. Stay low. Stay controlled. This is very controlled. We're not all over the place. You could slow this down. I should have said that earlier. It does not have to be fast. 3, 2, 1. Rest, okay. Woo. Take a deep breath. Couple of nice inhales and exhales. Grab a drink of water. We're going to take a downward stretch. So let your heart rate come down a little bit. Your breathing settle. So we're not huffing and puffing. And then we will come to flat on our back, figure four. So we're going to cross one foot over the opposite knee. Draw that leg in. Maybe reaching through and grabbing the opposite thigh if that would feel good. If not, you can always stay here if this is enough of a stretch. The stretch is the dessert. This is where we're going to reward the body, stretch out the muscles, and also bring our central nervous system back down. So we kicked it up, we worked out, everything got real fight or flight, and now we just got to cool it like it's cool, we're good. Go ahead and switch sides. We do that by slowing our breathing. Inhale, exhale, yeah. Savor that feeling. You showed up today. You got it done. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, gosh. Big kisses on my face. Very nice. You showed up for yourself. You got it done. You made the time. It's such a satisfying feeling when the workout is complete. Go ahead and roll it up to seated. We'll take both legs out in front. We'll cross one foot over the opposite knee and then hug it in so we're twisting over the leg. Ooh, does that feel good? I'm like, I just had a massage. Why do I feel so tight? They always say the massage takes like a day to really sink in. Like by tomorrow, I'll feel great. Go ahead and switch sides. We'll take the opposite foot over the opposite knee. Sit up tall, twist over that leg. So this class, this Friday distance training is normally going to be at noon. Unless I hear otherwise from people who'd rather do it at 12:30. It was only at 12:30 today because I already had that appointment and I can't get back from Hilliard by noon with getting done over there at 11:45. Go ahead and come to standing. So normally we'll see you Fridays at noon. I know some folks were asking, go ahead and reach forward, upper back stretch, about an earlier class on Fridays. I'm still playing with it, trying to see what we can do and how that might work. But noon is better than 5 for me anyway, so I think this is good for right now. Comments, questions, and concerns are always welcome. Aside from that, we are getting ready to move into our new studio space. Take the arms back behind, roll the shoulders back, chin up, chest up. That is going to be July 27th, and I know a lot of you guys are distance, and you're going to be staying distance for a while, if not forever. But we are going to be doing some parking lot parties that will be socially distanced and friendly for the necessary requirements. So if you ever want to come by to either one of those, I'll be keeping you guys updated on when those are and what we're doing. Right arm across. We're just trying to celebrate our clients and meet anybody new who might be interested in checking out what we do. And we are going to be having cool offers for new clients, both in person and distance. So if you know anybody that you're trying to encourage to check us out, go ahead and switch sides. Even if they're not comfortable coming in studio, we still have our distance and we're doing some cool deals for that too in the month of August. So stay tuned for that. We're so excited. You guys are going to just love it. It's big. It's almost twice the size. And it's beautiful. And it's all painted and fresh. We're going hands to the thighs, butt back. So finding our deadlift position. Eyes are looking down. After we stretch the back of the legs here, maybe we deepen the stretch if you want more low back. But make sure you drop the crown of your head so that you're relaxed through your neck. A lot of times we come into this position with a big hyperextended neck. Just relax, let your head hang heavy. It feels really nice. From there, we'll round it all the way in and up. We're going shoulders up and back 3 times. So up to the ears and down. Ooh, that feels good. Then we always finish, at least I do, with a big deep breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, blow it out. Just feels good. One more big deep breath. Inhale, reach. Big breath, exhale out. Give yourselves a round of applause. Y'all came to play today. Way to get it done. I'm going to turn off the recording.